What's happening?
On 3, I want you to open your eyes.
I'm scared.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday!
Oh, okay.
It's your birthday.
I like it.
Well, does it fit?
Oh, sure.
You got necklaces and
I'm the birthday girl?
you got glasses.
Oh.
Just the birthday
To be
celebratory
the birthday
person.
girl today. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
you get one of those. It's a party.
That's
It's
the
Matt's
job I was hoping
birthday.
for.
Oh my goodness.
Happy
I'm
birthday.
so
So
excited.
it is the one. It's the time of year where the one thing that happens the one time of year happens?
Yes. We celebrate you.
Oh, okay, good.
That's what we do.
No, I know Mama's a freak.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
It's your birthday. I guess you get to do and say what you want.
Oh, I do?
That's terrible.
I can do and say whatever I want on my birthday? Oh, danger.
Goodness, we can still.
Okay.
But we're celebrating you today.
We are? Okay.
And I was inspired by you and how you love a good quiz or list.
A good bit, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So I got with
29th birthday.
I got with a friend.
Okay.
And we
Is it
worked
Stella?
on. I can't tell you what it is. It's a surprise.
I hope it's too.
What if it's not? Now they're gonna feel terrible.
Then never mind. Continue.
Yeah. What if it was not Stella that I worked with to come up with this birthday quiz for you? And now that person is just sitting there listening, and you're like, I wish it was Stella. Now they know how I feel every day.
But it's Stella.
Okay. I'm gonna read you some questions.
Okay.
And you're gonna answer them. We'll see if you know these answers.
Okay. Is it like old person questions for old people?
It could be a mix of things. It's just your birthday quiz.
My birthday quiz.
That I collaborated with a special friend to come up with.
I'm excited.
Okay. Number 1.
Tell me who the friend is first.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead.
In Tennessee Williams, A Streetcar Named Desire, what does Stanley Kowalski famously shout from the street?
You know I know this one.
Go ahead. This is your quiz. This is your birthday quiz.
The quiz answer is Stella!
It is
Stella. Yay! Okay.
Number 1.
Oh, I like this quiz so far. This
Number
quiz is
2.
fun.
What's the name of the French bulldog owned by Jay and Gloria on Modern Family? Remember their dog's name?
No. Ichabod.
What do you think it might be?
Is it?
You had to guess.
Is it Stella?
It's Stella.
Hey, I do like this quiz.
You like this quiz?
Okay, I'm good at this quiz. Okay.
Number 3.
Okay.
Which popular Belgian beer brand shares its name with the Latin word for star?
Let's see. Heineken's not Belgian, I don't think.
No.
Corona's not Belgian.
Definitely not.
What's
No.
beer? It's not Guinness, probably. Would it be Stella?
It's Stella.
Oh!
Stella Artois.
This is the best quiz I've ever taken.
Do you know who the friend was that I collaborated with to write this
I
quiz?
hope it's Stella.
It's Stella.
Oh.
Yeah.
She loves me.
She does love you very much. And she just wanted all of your birthday questions to be about her.
That's good. That's acceptable.
In the sitcom How I Met Your Mother,
let me think
Ted once dated a dermatologist with this first name. Who is it?
Let me think.
What was her name? Played by Sarah Chalk.
It wasn't the lady with the umbrella.
Was not, no.
And it wasn't Robin.
Nope. Robin Sparkles was not.
Is it Legend? Wait for it. Derry?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is it Stella?
It's Stella.
Hey!
Stella the dermatologist.
It's the best quiz I've ever taken in my life. Stella all the way down.
What was the name of the baby in the 2011 movie Bridesmaids whose parents are Lillian and Doug?
I mean, I have that tattooed right on the inside of my leg. Is it Stella?
It's Stella.
Oh?
You better not have her name tattooed on you. You won't even get my name tattooed on you. Which character on Orange is the New Black is portrayed by actress Ruby Rose?
Let's see. You said Ruby Rose?
Yeah, what's her character's name on Orange is the
New Black?
New Black?
Her character's name. Was she Crazy Eyes?
Nope.
Was she
Rose is fat though. Tell you that.
She the one with the shaved head?
Well, it was trimmed real short, yeah.
Nice. Would it be Stella?
It was Stella. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, last question. Let's see if you get it. So
Okay,
far, you've got 100.
So far, so good.
What's the name of the main character in the 1998 Terry McMillan's hit movie starring Angela Bassett? Let me do that one over. Hold on. We'll just click. Okay. All right, last question. Let's see if you get it. You got 100 so far. What is the name of the main character in Terry McMillan's 1998 hit movie starring Angela Bassett and Taye Diggs?
You know, I'm very familiar. Angela Bassett and Taye Diggs?
Yeah, 1998. Huge movie.
Um,
The title character.
is this from what's the dance movie with Julia Stiles? Is it that one? Stomp the house, stomp the road, stomp the yard? Or
No.
what was that one called?
Uh-uh.
Would the answer be Stella?
It's Stella from How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Oh, she got her groove back.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Stella couldn't be here for the podcast today. She was very busy. She had
She is very busy.
a full calendar, but she did want to send her love and let you know how loved you are.
She
You're her
does love
favorite
me.
person.
She does love me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stella.
So happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
How
What a
you
good.
feeling? What wisdom do you have to share?
Well, I do like the theme of this birthday so far.
Mm-hmm.
What wisdom do I have to share?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping to be able to drink soon. I'll be 21.
Oh yeah, this is it. We're
So,
gonna take you out for your first drink
I'll get
tonight.
my first drink tonight.
Big day.
Try it. Shirley Temple or something.
I love it.
I don't really have any wisdom. Maybe write a book with your wife.
Oh, that's a good one.
Spend time with your wife.
Lots of wisdom that we've learned along the way.
It's true.
I guess we should introduce ourselves now that we've
Okay.
celebrated your birthday.
Let's do music and then I'll let you introduce me.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm Andrea,
And I'm Matt.
the birthday
The
boy.
birthday boy.
Matt, the birthday boy.
Thank you.
We are a married couple together for 25 years, married for 20, two
How that
almost
possible?
grown kids. And we decided that we loved reading romance novels together, so we decided to write one. And this
Here we are.
podcast is documenting that journey and all of our learnings. And so along the way, we started sharing literary news and spotlighting authors we love. And then that has evolved to interviewing authors we love.
Interviewing
And so we
authors.
have an awesome author for you today.
Yeah, we do. We had a great
I
conversation.
know, so excited. Her name's Jamie Varon. Her book, Charlie Quinn, Let's Go, just came out September 30th. And so we are excited for you to hear all from her. So let's get to Jamie.
Let's do it. Jamie Varon is a writer, designer, and creative consultant whose work champions joy, self-acceptance, and living life on your own terms. She's the author of best-selling Radically Content and the novel Main Character Energy, both of which inspire readers to stop waiting for permission and start living like the main character in their own stories. Her newest novel, Charlie Quinn Let's Go, follows a woman whose perfectly planned life implodes, and then what happens when she finally says yes to joy, risk, and the messy middle. Jamie also runs a creative studio called Shatterbox and teaches a course called Write That Book, helping others get their first drafts done and dusted. We're thrilled to have her here today to talk about writing, joy, and what it really means to let go. Welcome to the show, Jamie Varon.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
Welcome,
for
welcome.
having me. Yay.
Hey.
Thanks for that beautiful intro.
Indeed. Of course.
So
We're so excited to talk to you today. Just looking through your work and reading through the book, it's been amazing. And just seeing everything you've had going on. And that's kind of where I wanted to start, is your journey so far here with, as a designer and an entrepreneur and a writer, of course, how do you get it all done? How do you tie it all together? Man, it just sounds like a lot.
Yeah, tell us a little
It
bit
is a
about
lot, but it's like the way I look at it is my career is very like it's like having, a burner like a stove. Sometimes different burners are turned on, sometimes some are turned down low, some are simmering. It's not really full on all the time with all of it, and I think I've noticed with my career I work very well with when I'm project based. Like I get really obsessed. Like when I'm left, it's consuming my life, like, and when I'm at the grocery store, I'm getting an idea. When I'm on a walk, I'm getting an idea. I'm just always writing things in my notes, in my notes app. So it's like, I like that obsession. I always thought that was kind of a bad thing for so long, was how obsessed I get, and then it kind of fizzles. And then now I'm using it to my advantage, how I just can get like so singularly focused. So all of those things I've done, it's just like some of them are a little more present at some times. Some were more present in the past, but, I just I think I just like to do a lot of different things, otherwise I get bored and then I take
Yeah.
it out on myself?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel
Sounds
that.
sounds familiar with this guy for sure. That's a
Yeah.
great analogy too with the stovetop of how they
Hmm.
don't all have to be high heat boiling at the same time, but your brain just has a lot of things simmering and some things are more of the central focus. Yeah, I definitely love that.
Yeah, as a person with a ADHD and an issue of trying to keep all the balls up at once, I absolutely feel that. Um, I did want to kind of talk about radically content a little bit because it's similar to what you're talking about here. Is the idea that um, being content doesn't necessarily mean giving up on ambition, and I just love that thought. And I know we talked about how you sort it all out. Was there something that kind of triggered you to come to that epiphany?
Yeah, because I think for a long time, my ambition for things, especially like for a book deal, it was impeding my life in a sense. Like it wasn't motivating
Oh,
me. It was making me feel like I'm not good enough and I can't like I felt that I couldn't experience joy or happiness because it's like, why do I deserve that? I haven't done the things that I said I was going to do. And it really hit ahead, like, back in 2016, 2017 for me, where I was like, wait a second, I'm doing all of this thinking it's going to make me happy, but why am I not happy now? And
yeah.
why wouldn't that fuel what I'm doing? So I came up with this. It eventually became the philosophy of radically content, where I was like, I think you don't have to be so intense that, like, you
Mm,
have to hustle so hard that you're not happy
Mm,
until you hit your goal. Because also, I think we've seen from so many people and probably in our own lives, we hit that goal, it lasts like a second, and then you're
yeah.
like, "Oh,
yeah. Then you're off to the
okay."
next
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't, like,
Yeah.
sustain fulfillment forever? Like, you
Right.
still have to go out and, like, buy bananas and, like, do your life. You're not, like, suddenly this, you know, evolved human of no doubt
Yeah.
and all this, and so I think that was a really big thing for me of, like, what are you chasing, and why are you kind of, like, waiting for your life to start until you get this, and then you get it, and it doesn't feel like enough, and so you think you have to chase more, and it's
Mhm.
just this
Yeah.
cycle of when
We're
is your
constantly
life
moving that bar for ourselves, and
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
can't win if the
Yeah.
finish line moves. And especially with art stuff, like it's never really done for the artist. Like there, you could work on art things and writing forever and still feel like, well, I could take another couple weeks. I've definitely been there. So.
Yeah. And I think too, just that's
exactly.
so powerful and empowering of giving yourself permission to experience joy now, not waiting for that XYZ thing to happen. And I think too, you post a lot about this, but just our world is kind of a dumpster fire in a lot of ways. And it's, to experience joy and to be joyful, I feel like is its own act of resistance. And I was kind of reading through some of your posts and things, even just this week with the Taylor Swift album coming out. I saw that you posted just about the discourse around that and just, you know, the struggles and can't we just enjoy something? Like you've described that we're in a society that profits off of the discontentment and the waiting for joy. And so I'm kind of curious, like what's bringing you joy now? What's led you on that journey to get to that philosophy in your life?
I mean, I think that I seek joy in everything, in little ways and big ways. Like, I mean, if I'm cooking dinner, I've got music on, I'm dancing. If when I'm writing, I create such a ritual and beautiful experience around it. Like, I don't allow myself to become the sort of suffering writer. I'm just like, I get to do this. This is so exciting and fun for me. I celebrate every time I write consistently because for so long I had procrastination and this self-induced writer's block. And so I just try
Mm,
to see joy and make things fun as much as
Yeah.
possible, so that I can fuel myself. And I've found so much more has happened in my life since adopting that philosophy. Like, it
mm,
wasn't these things weren't happening by punishing myself or waiting around or thinking I had to be hard on myself. And actually, like, this joyful, lifestyle, and, like, the radically content lifestyle, I thought I'll become complacent. I won't do as much. I can't let myself off the hook. And actually, it's
Mm.
been so simpler and easier. And, you know, I can celebrate when I've done something. I can celebrate a goal being met. And then I get excited. I know the next thing is coming. I'm not like disappointed that it didn't fulfill me, that one thing. So it takes all the pressure off of, I'm like, I know that one book is not going to fulfill me. I'm just going to, the Charlie Quinn Let's Go came out and I'm like, I had already finished the next draft of, I got feedback on
Hmm.
my draft with my agent the week
Uh,
that
Yep.
Charlie Quinn Let's Go came out. And I was like, done it. I felt like so proud
Yes.
yes.
of myself. That was such a joyful,
Good.
albeit also kind of nerve wracking moment getting so
Yeah.
much
Yes.
at all on one week,
Yeah.
but it
Wow.
was, it made me feel really good because I'm like, I'm in that flow that I've always wanted, which is not waiting for the result to give me permission to create, but just to
Yep.
love the actual
Mm.
process. And that's all
I
I
love
can do
that.
because you can't control the result. I wish I could. I mean, I wish there was a
Yeah.
formula you could control it, but I know that you
If you
can't.
figure it out, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Email me.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'll let
Once
you
you
know if
solve
I
that.
come up with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think if
Yeah.
you have like $1 million to put into the marketing, that might be a good one. But, other
That
than
That's a
might
that,
good
help.
place
Let
to
me
start for
that
let me.
sure.
aside,
So you're
Yeah.
gonna write me a check now, or you're
Yeah.
gonna?
Just
Yeah.
mail that one.
Yeah.
Great.
Just mail that.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you here. I think a lot of stuff you're talking about is something I've been trying to incorporate into my life around the idea of just practicing gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, there's so many times we feel like, well, if I just get to this one thing or do this one thing, that's going to be the plateau. But it's like
It never
it's never
happens.
gonna.
Yeah.
That's not the answer. And
And if anything, do you find that there's more space in your brain and your heart and your life for more joy and for like just finding happiness and fulfillment and even smaller things that you didn't before because you're not putting that pressure
mm,
on yourself of the punishment piece?
absolutely. I mean, and I can notice it because, of course, I still falter. There's still times where
Oh, yeah.
I'll
sure.
down on myself or wish I was further along or whatnot. And then I notice my enjoyment of my entire holistic life goes down when I'm in those spaces.
Yep.
So I go,
Yep.
I have to have that moment with myself where I'm like, okay, this is not sustainable. And for
Mm-hmm.
sure, I have so much more space in my life and my
Hmm.
brain. Um, because I'm not sort of holding out, like I used to remember I'd have days that just would go by with me like I all that I was in was a state of anxiety, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what a waste of a day
Absolutely.
because it never brought me anywhere. I never came up with a good idea when I had that
Yeah.
anxiety.
Right.
Only when I finally like, okay, get out into the world, get off the phone, go to the
Oh
beach,
yeah. Oh
walk
yeah.
Let that go. Yeah.
an errand, anything,
Yep.
and then it
Anything.
would actually stimulate like an idea. Like I had a post once that I wrote that I still think about it because I thought it was just such a novel concept to me, which was like let the answers to your questions find you in a beautiful moment. Because
Mm,
instead
I love it.
of you cannot use your anxious brain to come up with the
right.
next beautiful thing. It's
Yeah.
like that's all going to be fear based that comes to you because you're already in
Absolutely.
a fear. And so that's been the biggest thing because I really can get to those anxious places. I'm very
Yep.
ambitious. I wrote this book, Radically
Hmm.
Content, but it doesn't mean I want less. It actually meant that I had
Absolutely.
to
Yes.
figure out how to create a container for myself to want more, to always be
Yep.
striving in but make it beautiful, like make it exciting of
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not
I love
where
that.
I want to be yet, but I can't wait for the journey of how I'm going to get there. And, maybe there's a reason why I'm not at that place
Hmm.
yet. And can I trust that? And can I see what's working for me here? And, all these things that I would use against myself, I now try to
Right.
constantly reframe them so that I'm like, I'm always at the right place. I'm always at the right
Yep.
timing and it's going to be what it'll be. And I would say for artists and creatives especially, that is like, 1, the hardest thing to master, and 2,
Yes.
the most freeing thing when you can actually land on that because as we all know, just like what I said earlier and we were talking about, you just can't control it doesn't make sense when things
Right.
pop up at what moment, when,
Yeah.
what book it's gonna be. Some people, it's their first book,
Yep.
and you're like, wow, it must be nice. Some people, it's their 10th book, it's just like, you never know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have to
Yeah.
sit back,
Yeah.
okay, I'm in my time.
It is
It's
what it is.
yeah.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the next beautiful thing after Radically Content, which was main
Main
character
character
energy.
energy, yeah.
And you moved kind of from one style into full on fiction novel. Like, what made you make that transition?
I've always wanted to write novels. I've always loved novels. I just truthfully didn't have the nerve. Like, I thought I couldn't do it. I was,
Yeah.
nonfiction and writing about
Yep.
myself and my life and the things that I was learning. That really came much easier to me. And
Mm,
it was, so I could write about that all day, because but writing fiction really was like, it was my thing that I was like,
yeah.
I don't feel that I know how to do it. I don't feel that I'm good at it. And
Yeah.
I did the thing that I wish, this is my biggest regret in life, and that I wish I could go back and tell my younger self, is like, you don't actually ever feel ready, and I thought there could
Mm-hmm.
be time where you feel ready. And the
Yep.
only thing that actually got me
Yep.
writing fiction was I had to write a bad book first, you know, and that sits in a
Sure.
drawer
Yeah.
somewhere and it sucks and no one
Right.
can see it.
Right.
There were no scenes.
But it
Like, there
just
was
has to
no dialogue.
But
exist.
it exists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
exists. It was
No,
all
that's
No, I
exposition,
feel that.
but I had to,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
first, I had to write a bad book to even show myself, I want to get better at this. I want to improve at this craft, because it's
Yep.
okay if, like, you write a novel and you go, I didn't like doing that. And you're like, cool,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have to do it anymore,
I
and
tried it. I did it, and I didn't. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, right. Like, I get it. It's not for me. I'll write something else. Maybe I'm into, and that was really important, because
I love
I
that.
think, as much as I love Radically Content, and I do, it did feel like I had taken all my life's learnings and put it into that. And then I was like, I'm not going to be a memoirist. Like, I cannot be someone who mines
Sure.
my life for
Oh
content
yeah.
and
That's
books.
tough.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't,
I'm done. I'm done.
I'll take all my life lessons and put it into my characters, like, I was like,
There
that
you go.
really,
There you go.
so that's how
Yeah.
I
that
love it.
Which
transition.
definitely shines through, I think, with main character energy, seeing how, she kind of had an idea of what she was supposed to be doing and was really trying to stick to that. But she had this goal to be writing totally, different books, and finally got the opportunity to do that. And so I think it is interesting to see how those philosophies and how, like, you as a person were growing and changing, and how that has played into your characters for sure. Um, and I think too, there's been so much research around how, like, when you were talking about anxiety, how anxiety shuts down creativity. And so now they're looking into, well, does creativity shut down anxiety? And so again, I think, like,
Mm,
that's
that's
just,
interesting.
again, that's more, to me, that's more of the resistance. That's more of being radical, is, I'm choosing to be creative. I'm
Choosing
choosing
creativity.
joy. I'm choosing to pursue what makes me happy. I feel like that's just its own way
That's its own thing.
of resisting, like you said, the society that profits off of our
Yeah.
discontent.
I do want to
Yeah.
jump in and talk about Charlie Quinn now that we're
Yes, I
there.
know.
I know the book starts her on her 30th birthday. She gets fired, dumped, and has food poisoning.
One
What?
day.
I just love it. I'm like, yes, let's do it. We talked to another author who said, writing is like running your character up a tree. Then as soon as they start to come down, you build a moat around the tree, and then you put alligators in that moat, and then
Yeah.
And I just love the idea that you're starting off at such a peak here. How did you decide that that was the perfect way to start her journey?
Well, it started with, she was going to get laid off and dumped. That was definitely already there, but it was a last stitch to add the food poisoning, because my editor and I were talking, and we just wanted to amp it up, like, make it kind of,
Yeah.
even more dramatic, in a sense that, like,
Mm-hmm.
that, because we wanted her to get to a place where she'd be, like, at a rock bottom, and nothing,
Yes.
you never feel worse than when you have food poisoning, right? Like,
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
everything, it's the worst physical, like, I mean, of
Yeah.
course, there's other
Or if you're a
horrible
man and have a cold,
feel.
then
Yeah,
you
it's
just say
it's
you never felt.
Well, yeah,
equivalent to a guy with a cold.
besides, like, ending up in the actual hospital, I mean, but, like, if you never feel
Yeah.
worse
No.
and still be able to function, you know?
The
But,
actual
Absolutely.
worst, yes.
yeah, and so I was like, I just thought it was funny. Like, I thought it would be so funny
I
to
love
put
it.
this character through who's so perfectionist, who's so, like,
Yep.
by the
Mm.
book, and have her, like,
Everything
a
is so planned.
mess on the bathroom floor,
Yeah.
you know? And then that's what
Mhm.
kind of she's just like, "I give up," you know? And so I
Yeah.
thought that
Yeah.
that
What else?
sounded really funny. Like, my thing is I like to in fiction, I I like to keep things pretty close to reality, but there are times
Mhm.
where I like to amp up that it's like, it's still fiction, you know? Like, I
Yeah,
want it to
absolutely.
be ridiculous and absurd sometimes so that, that's the fun of fiction, or that's the fun of
Yeah.
watching a show or something. You're like, "Oh," I hate when people are always like, "Oh, like, that would ever happen." I'm like, "But it's because
But
it's
But
not
that's
real."
that's the
Like,
point. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
Like,
like,
it's in the script. That's why it happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
Huh.
it's
And the
fun
perks
to
of being an author, you get to be as
yeah.
creative as you
Yeah.
want and create whatever. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a
I
weird
love that.
criticism to me. Like that's people said that about main character energy. They were like, no one would ever just like give someone a villa. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But that's
That's
fun.
That's the fun.
yeah, but that's
Yeah.
the fun and interesting. Yeah.
And sometimes the reading is the escapism too,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun to step outside of what we already know and see
Yeah.
every
Go
day.
read
Yeah.
historical dramas or something like
Yeah,
those.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not
I
Yeah.
don't
my
I don't
genre,
want to
Wrong
live
genre.
in
for sure.
reality. I don't like
Oh
reality. Like
no.
I don't want to live in
I
my
get
my
enough of reality.
yeah, like I got
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
Uh,
We
that
get it,
was
reality. Thank you.
yeah. So that was the thing
but
with
I will
Charlie.
say,
Get crazy
yeah,
and
and in seeing from Poppy as your lead and main character energy to Charlie and Charlie Quinn, like let's go, I is there an element of yourself evolving through these lead women, like in your real
well,
life as playing out in the novels?
for sure. I mean, so Poppy informed Charlie in the sense that
Mhm.
I wanted to write someone different because Poppy kind of, I felt like Poppy was close to the vest on me. I was like,
Mm,
I
Yeah.
shared a lot of I think that happens in a lot of people's first novels.
Yeah,
They know.
we're doing that
yeah,
exact thing. We
yeah,
started way out with these characters, and then the more we talk about them, the closer they get to
Yeah, you're
us,
like,
and it's
oh, so
yeah,
that's us.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
so there I
Um,
am.
Well, we thought we were
yeah.
doing something wrong for a while because we're like they're just evolving into us, but it's
Everybody we've talked
therapeutic
to
in
is
a
like,
way. But yeah,
that
so many
kind of
people
happens.
say
You write
yeah
what you
that
know, and
yeah
that's what's going to be
that's
more
where you
realistic.
start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, I that's what I love about reading an author's work, especially when they have a body of work. I'm like, "Oh, I see that you have issues with your mom.
Mm,
You have issues with this,"
yes,
It's like
yep.
it's
yes,
scamming up no matter what.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
so Poppy was so like self-doubting and
yeah,
I with Charlie, I was like, I want to explore the part of me that's like that could be pessimistic sometimes, that could be
mm-hmm.
Sure.
very, sarcastic and like, must be nice. Like, okay, sure, good
Yes,
for you,
yeah,
me. Like I honestly felt that
Hmm.
was going to be very cathartic to like let
yeah,
that part of me, because I do have a little
yeah,
bit of like an edge in myself. And then to be able to use other sides of myself, like the wisdom I've gained, I put into the mom character, and so it was
mm-hmm.
like fun to get
Yeah,
that wisdom in.
Yep.
And then it was also fun to like have the little angel, the angel and then the devil on the shoulder is Charlie always pushing back. And that's always
yep,
me. I'm like always in the push and pull. And so
yeah,
all of that was
Yep.
really fun because it also felt like if you liked main character energy, you're not gonna feel like Charlie Quinn Let's Go wasn't written by the same person, but it's
Mm,
also
yeah.
the same story at all. It's not like a regurgitated, but in like different
Yeah.
characters, different things. And so I really wanted this person who, was just really beaten down but didn't want to show it and had that sarcastic edge because it was just fun to write her, and then it was fun to write
Hmm.
her for Benny, who's just like
yes,
Yes.
never takes
just
anything
this,
personal. Like she just always
yeah,
she just thinks it's funny. And that's
and so
so
positive and
Positive,
yeah.
yeah,
optimistic. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's
And
just
I've
like,
seen
"Oh,
you.
you're
I saw
hilarious."
Yeah, right. I saw that you described Charlie. You said she's like a mirror, afraid of love in all forms, and that she hides parts of herself. Like, can you describe a little bit about, what how that developed, how you wanted to show that in Charlie, and like how that shows up in her life, I guess.
Oh my gosh, like, that sort of came out very organically because I started with
Mm,
this idea of, someone going on sort of an adventure of saying yes or chasing their delights or, it kinda evolved, and then I was like, "But what would have had to have happened to someone to completely stop chasing joy or fun or, open
yep.
up to life at all?" And so I had to kind of work backwards and then noticing that it was really love, like her love of life, her love of herself,
Mm,
Yep.
family, her openness to love in general meant she was closed off. And I
mm.
mean, that one was a funny one because I go into Charlie Quinn, I'm like, this isn't me at all. I'm not Charlie
Yeah.
Quinn, right?
Of
This is
course.
so different.
Yeah, I was like, this is so different. And then I'm writing and I'm like, I've had those thoughts about love.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, I've been
Yep.
like that.
Well,
I'm a little prickly
yep.
when it comes I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
cool. It was a
Yeah.
mirror
yeah.
to me. I was like, geez, call
Yeah.
me out? So I just think
You're
I
doing it
think
to
I need
It's
yourself.
always
to have
good when you call
yeah,
yourself out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
exactly.
And
And
then you're like,
and
you're
so
good
in
enough to say, "Okay, got it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take my
we're
own
there.
advice."
Take your own notes in there.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. And
Mm,
so in the story, Benny, her sister, comes up with this idea of where you're going to say yes. Like I'm going to
enjoy month.
yeah, the month of joy and saying yes. And so I think that is such a creative way to put Charlie in these situations and see how she responds when she wants to be prickly, when she wants to close herself off.
Hmm.
And then through this, we have Alex, the hot chef. Her high school unrequited love comes back into the
Hmm.
picture, and so there's some second chance element. But I've seen where you've described the book. Let me find my notes. You've described it as contemporary women's fiction with a romance subplot and with several love themes, like with Charlie and herself, between her mom and her sister, with LA. We love
LA.
LA, the character, the setting as a character, with Alex. And so I'm just curious, like, how would you describe this as a love story, and these themes of love?
Mm,
Yeah, because I don't know, I think that often what I notice in some, romance novels is I have a hard time when someone's like so closed off to love, but then they have all this love in other places. And that could be part of what it is. But I think it's
Right.
it's harder
yep.
for me to explore that if I don't have other elements, and so
Mm,
I try to market the book in a way that people are gonna not say to me, oh, I thought this was gonna be, a romance, but it had more
Yeah.
themes and things going on. So I'm like trying to be as accurate as I can possibly be,
yep.
Yeah.
uh, but also I just love the idea that, there's just so much love in our life, um, I'm I'm married, but it's not like that's the only love in my life,
Yeah.
like in it and
Yep.
there's so many other ways of loving and having loving intimate relationships and knowing people and seeing people and being seen. And I think that is kind of
Mm,
a through line in my work without maybe even meaning to, of just the many ways that people can come into our lives. And, like family is such a big theme. And I think that all weaves together, at least from what I've noticed, like if you close yourself
yep.
off in one area, you end up kind of closing yourself off in all areas, you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
really
Yep.
open. And it's like we kind of think we can section off our heart. And I don't think it works that
Yeah.
way. And so
No.
Yeah.
or if I'm going to write a novel where a character is exploring love, it has to mean
Hmm.
all these things, like she's lost her love for life, her love for, food, for, adventure, for dating, for her family, for herself, like all these things that I wanted to tie in because I just think if I have to follow the character and the journey instead of, like
Yeah.
come a plot to kinda just make a
Yep.
plot,
Yeah.
and the character
Yep.
has to tell me how they would actually act if this
How they
happened,
act. Yeah.
you know?
I mean, yeah, what you're talking about is that multifaceted character, right? Like,
Mhm.
none of us just bring love into a relationship, it's like, well, what's our relationship? What's your relationship with like your mom? You know, it's
Right.
like all of these things are very important, and they tell part of the story of both the character and the story and how they react. And
Yeah.
I
Well,
think.
I was going to say
Oh, go ahead.
there was a quote that from the book that we are the product of who we love and who has loved us over time. And I think, like you're saying, that's so smart
Hmm.
and powerful. We talk a lot about how romance as a genre kind of can get not a bad rap, but just like it can be seen as like frivolous. But again, it just goes back to what you're saying about joy
Right.
and loving your life and finding just the magic in every day. And I think when you start looking for that love in all of the places in your life, like you said, you may be mourning the fact that you're not in a relationship, or, this, romance didn't work out. But when you look at this family you're surrounded by, or this food that you love, or the city you live in, I think that really, like you're saying, it really opens up your heart to just be open to all forms of love. And I don't know, I feel like
Yeah.
it kind of guides who you are as a person. And so I just love that you captured that with this
Well,
quote: we're the product of who we love and who has loved us over time.
love it.
Because it influences, yeah, who you are as a
Hmm.
person and how you, I'd say, interact with the world, right? Your POV.
I mean,
Yeah.
for sure. And I like we were talking before at the beginning of this of when we met, it's like we're millennials. And I mean, I know that Gen Z and, people might have different they they obviously came up in a different world, but I personally remember coming up as a child, as a girl, and it was the time of Disney movies and fairy princesses and all these things where
Yeah.
it was
Yep.
the love of having a partner is everything. It wasn't really about
Mm-hmm.
anything else, like, and I personally, like, kind of closed myself off to love because I didn't wanna just lose my whole identity into a relationship
Right.
because that is what
Sure.
we were kinda sold, and so I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad, people coming up now are not maybe they're not getting that message.
Right.
Agree.
That's I think
Right.
that
Agree.
informs a lot of what I write in that
Absolutely.
I can't just say, everything is solved and fixed if, the romantic relationship
Right.
is there. There
Right.
has,
Yeah.
so I think that's important to me, even
Yeah.
though straddling that line of like writing something that could be categorized as a romance novel, but adding some more elements to it that make it,
Right.
to me, more realistic in that sense.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
think what you're describing is what is powering this second wave of the romance genre coming back. I mean, back in the day when my mom read it, it was something else, and now not only are the covers better, but also, they've got to have heart and message and other things going on, other than like what you said, like some
The
ladies
whole
waiting around trying to catch a man. Like, that's just not.
yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
it may work for somebody, but that just is not what's powering the latest round of
And
these
that's
books.
definitely a theme of your work, thinking
Mhm.
of, Radically Content through main character energy, and now with Charlie Quinn Let's Go. I mean, there's so much around self-acceptance, self-confidence, just being
Yep.
fulfilled and loving who you are first. And so I'm curious too, you touched a little bit about around Jackie, Charlie's mom, and that relationship. I'm curious specifically around the body positivity piece. It's something that we've discussed a lot about. Loving and accepting my own body and who I am. I've been on a major journey with that, especially as I approached 40. And so we've had a lot of conversations in our book about our characters and our leads, and specifically our female lead, and how and whether to describe her physically, and how to, how to incorporate that. Because I was telling him that when I would read novels where I'm reading along and it's clicking, and then all of a sudden they describe the female and she just has the hottest, most perfect bod you've ever seen, just all the right measurements. I immediately step myself out of the story because I'm like, I don't see myself in that way. And so I love that in your books, when you're describing yourself in, Radically Content, and then in Main Character Energy and Charlie Quinn Let's Go, there's elements of that body positivity piece. And so I'm curious if you'll talk a little bit about Jackie and how Charlie came up in this household, and like what all of that, encapsulated means to you.
I mean, that's the element of don't write how the world is, write how you want it to be. I was
Yes.
like,
Yep.
Yes.
how many times have we read the mom who is obsessed with what she's eating, especially she's in
Yep.
LA. She's, and it's so prevalent. We're just like, we never even question it. It's in every show,
Right.
everything. I mean, I remember even watching Schitt's Creek, and that show really was so revolutionary for so many reasons, and it was
Yes.
funny, but there's
Yeah.
there's a scene, like, the mom always eats fruit, Alexis is always eating, like, a plain salad,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
always, it's remarked upon several times in the show, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Why?
Even still.
Why do we need," I
Yeah.
just
You wrote the world. You wrote the world as it should be, and then you
yeah.
kept that element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
that was I was
Mhm.
just like, I don't want this to be part of this book because I knew they were gonna have a
Mhm.
makeover. They were gonna have food. They were gonna have all these things. And I almost kind of like took the Gilmore Girls kind of thing of that in a sense of
Yeah.
where like they're just eating Pop Tarts. They're just, it might
Yep.
not be
Yeah.
realistic, but we like it. We like it that they're not
Yes. Yes.
obsessed with,
We get
Yeah.
what
to
it's
see them eating
figure,
Pop-Tarts. Yes.
whatever. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna I almost felt like I had to, like, say it up front, like, "This is the house they grew up in. This is how these 3 women,
Yeah.
they don't bond over hating their bodies, they don't bond over, 'This needs to get tucked and lifted, and I need this,'
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
it's just not there." I'm not judging, but it's just not gonna be
No.
part of a book about
Yeah.
joy and,
Yeah.
letting
Right.
yourself hungry for things and enjoy. I just didn't wanna have to tamper it always with that. And, like, truthfully, it's just not really something that comes up in my books. Like, I
Yeah.
just don't I mean, more so I interrogate beauty standards in my books because I just
Yeah.
read too many things there, and I get it. It's like everyone's prerogative to write how they want, where I'm taken out of a book too, because it's like
Yeah.
either there's too much emphasis on the body or there's like little
Right.
subtle things of always the overweight character, the plus size character is like a villain or something, and I'm like, all
Mhm.
right, like we can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
normalize
Yep.
things,
Right.
and I
Right.
agree with
Or
you.
that they're yeah. Go
Well,
ahead.
I was gonna
Sorry.
say that, like, I think I've kinda stopped in my newer drafts, I'm not describing the bodies anymore,
Mhm.
'cause it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
people can
Yeah.
then people can project
Figure it
themselves
out. Yeah.
into,
Mhm.
Yes, exactly.
why do I
And
have
it
to
can be the least interesting thing about them, you know? I mean, there's certain things like you said, if there's a makeover and she gets bangs, that's important, right? That's a visual thing that we need to see. We know she's experiencing something if she gets bangs, right? But I think when we go into that depth, it's like, is that something that's critical to who they are as a person? And if it is, then yeah, include it, like you said, is like to each their own, what works. But I thought that was really powerful. And seeing that Jackie, Charlie's mom, is a cycle breaker, that she grew up in that environment, but she said, no, this is not the way my
Mhm.
household and my relationship with my daughters is going to be. And I feel like I relate so much to that as a millennial raising kids. We are the cycle breakers in so many ways, with discipline, with
Right.
conversations and relationships, with, what does it mean to be manly? And, what is manhood, and what is masculinity, and we're with raising 2 boys. And so, just really trying to break that. And so I empathize with Jackie in a lot of ways of being a cycle breaker and how hard that is. And
Yeah.
so, is that something that you were incorporating from your own life? Like, do you feel that as you have approached 40? I know you hit 40 this summer. Congrats, welcome to the club.
Thanks, thank you.
Happy belated birthday. But yeah,
Thank
like,
you.
how do you see that cycle breaking play out in your own life?
I mean, for sure, that was probably the biggest thing. It continues to be the biggest thing is I'm like the cycle breaker, the educator in my family and even
Yeah.
with my friends. I
Yep.
mean, I'm just not the one. You're not going to come to
Yeah.
me with those
Mm-mm.
things. We're going to have a
Yeah.
deep talk. It's
Yep.
not, I
Yep.
don't think some things are just funny or just whatever. I actually think some
Yep.
things are really that deep, you know? And so
Yes.
I'm not
Mhm.
like, I'm like the one that's going to be like, record scratch, let's discuss this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
why would you say that like that?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
I do find it,
Yeah.
incredibly important, and it was I mean, I don't know if some things, as if with your own writing, some things just seem to pop in, like, I can't, like, predict
Mhm.
my characters are gonna do, and
Yep.
that's like came to me that I was like,
Yep.
Jackie's gonna be the cycle breaker, and actually
Mm.
that that's if you really look at it, it's a subtle conflict that's happening with Charlie because Jackie has such a specific way of doing things and wanting to raise her daughters, wanting to exist in the world. And Charlie's like, no, give me the right way to do things.
Yes.
Don't get
Yes.
I don't get disappointed. And Jackie's like, no, I won't give that to you because that's not the way to live.
Yep.
And so
Right. Yeah.
it's a really
Yep.
subtle
That's so
conflict.
real.
I know some people it might not land, and but to me, I was like, these are the real like this is where I
Yes.
try to keep it as realistic as possible. The situations
Mm.
might get overblown, but the real interpersonal conflicts, I want to keep that real because that is,
Absolutely.
Right.
like that is real. And I always want to write really interesting older women characters because
Yes.
I feel like they get
Mhm.
Thank you.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
want it. I
That's
want
when
to be
their
Jack
life is
Quinn.
starting.
Yeah, when I
Yes.
grew up, I
Yes.
wanna be Jackie
Exactly.
Quinn, and I wanna be Aunt
Same.
Margot, and,
Same.
it's like, I don't like not having that to look up to, so there's a
Right.
lot of intentionality in the things that I do and, in the
Absolutely.
things that I have these older women say, and, how I have them exist in the world, and, even having Jackie has a best friend, Petra, who is a former model. It was very important
Yep.
for
Yeah.
me. She's like over caring about her looks now. Like she's done.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
just thought
That's it. Yep.
it's fun to me. If I read that in a book, I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, how refreshing. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So freeing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
For
like,
thank
sure.
you. Thank you for writing that and giving that permission to women. And that's a lot of the evolution of our podcast. Calling it our next chapter is us looking ahead at this next phase and next chapter of our life
What's
and saying,
next?
what does that look like? Me entering perimenopause and all the things and being done with the chapters of raising kids and starting my career and, all those things. I feel like as a family, we focus a lot with our boys around, we were kind of given this, what we now call the millennial roadmap. You go to school and you get your education, you buy a house, you get married, you have kids. And we talk about like, we're very happy in our life. We're very, thankful. But at the same time, we talk about how much did we really think about what did we want? What did we want our life to look like? We talk about sometimes how we accidentally put down roots. And so
Yep.
I love seeing these women that you're writing, these characters that are in this, new chapter of their lives. And they just are they are owning it, loving it, and giving full permission to the women coming behind them to make those choices and
Mhm.
to their children of like, find the path that works for you, design the life that you love, that there isn't some right answer. And so, yeah, I really
Mhm.
appreciate you incorporating that into your writing. I think that's so powerful and definitely a received
Yeah.
message that
I think
hits home.
I think what you're talking about is giving people the opportunity to experience joy and say yes, which
Mhm.
is like the core and crux of this book. And I would do want to kind of pull us back because I have a
Yeah.
fun game for us to play
Yes,
if you're
yeah,
day.
interested.
let's do
It's
it.
called the Yes Day Mad Lib. So I'm going to ask you for a few words like any other Mad Lib. I'm going to fill them into the story, and then we're going to read the story and decide, would you say yes to this day? All right.
Okay.
So if we're ready, are you ready? Oh
Let's
my
do
gosh,
it.
here we go. Let's start with just a place, just a regular old place.
Paris.
Paris, perfect.
Can it be that? Or does it have to
Uh,
be more
yeah, of
left?
course, you got it. Let's do an animal of any
Animal.
kind.
Tiger.
Oh, okay.
Excited.
I like it. I like it. Let's go with body part.
Hand.
Okay. And
I feel like I'm like
I like
competitive.
it. This
I'm like, am I
no,
doing it?
Once
is
again,
it
did I
is
get
it
the
right?
right
Did I get it
answer?
right?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I'll let you know if it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
What about like a place from a movie or a book, like a fictional place?
Hogwarts.
Yes.
Perfect.
Love it.
We're just going with
It's
my
easy.
first thought.
I'm coming around.
Okay. Skip.
I'm skipping around here. How about a
Okay.
vibe? Just a general
Ooh.
vibe.
Chill.
Chill. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Chill. Maybe a song. Is there a song?
I feel like I have to go. All I've been doing is listening to Taylor Swift. So Opalite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Opalite.
Yeah.
I have nothing else on my
Okay.
brain. in terms of music.
It's all there is there.
I mean, that
Well,
is
there
the
is
correct
right now.
answer. That one
It's
is
just
correct.
that and O-Town. That's it.
Yeah. O-Town, my favorite. I'm O-Town's last
What about
stand.
Yeah, I know.
It's her.
She's like, look, I've got the
Yeah.
tattoo. It's right here. What was
Angel.
his name? Angel signed
Angel.
me right here. I got my angel wings on the back. Anyway.
Oh my god.
What about a food?
Food. Oh, the sushi.
Okay. Okay. Maybe a word that describes you.
Yeah. First thing I come up with is fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay. It's
Fun,
perfect.
joyful,
It actually works.
Yeah.
What about, let's do another word or a phrase. A phrase would be better. Any kind of phrase. Anything.
Just do it.
Yeah. This is good for a yes day.
It's perfect. It's actually lining up really well here. What about, like, I'm calling it a midnight decision, like something you would decide to do late at night that might be a little bit of a wild hair. And it could be anything. You could be skydiving or
like,
laser tag or
chocolate chip cookies or
doing backflips on a trampoline. I don't know, something.
Right. Like book a trip, I guess.
Okay. Well, where are you going to book a trip to then? Let's make it somewhere wild.
like Iceland or something.
Yeah, like Iceland.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with Iceland.
Go see the Northern Lights. And
Oh, man. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Something you might buy if money was no object. Like the Hoover Dam.
You're gonna purchase the whole dam.
Sure, why not?
I like how you're going Hoover Dam. I'm like, oh, a Chanel bag.
Right? That's where my mind was.
I know. I knew that was going to
I'm
happen.
like, do I have to upkeep this dam now?
Yeah,
like,
I want a
no,
Chanel 25 bag,
Okay.
actually.
Good answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. How about, we're getting close here. How about an emotion? Just an emotion, general emotion.
Excited.
Okay. What about a romantic gesture? What would be a good romantic gesture?
Big gesture. I mean, the only thing that's coming to me, and it's not creative, but, flowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always welcome.
Always welcome.
Always.
They really are.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. I hope
Wait
my
a minute.
husband's listening. No.
Yeah.
Flowers.
You're like, darling.
Flowers! Subconscious.
I said flowers.
Yeah, next to the phone. Flowers. Surprised with flowers.
He's sleeping. I'm like,
flowers. Just leave a little note.
right.
What about a chef or like a celebrity or a foodie kind of person?
Michael Voltaggio.
Michael?
He's a
who?
Voltaggio.
Voltaggio. Okay, I like it. That's cool.
I'm a big food
What about...
Love it.
Oh, I'm a Food Network. I love to cook.
Thanksgiving is his favorite holiday.
By far.
Feel ya.
What about another famous person? Some really great famous person.
I'm thinking you might run into them on your yes day, or they're involved somehow. So
maybe. Hard to say.
would I be allowed to say Henry Cavill?
No. No Henry Cavill. No
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. Thank you. He
I'm
gets
gonna
more airtime
go
on the show
with
than I do.
Margot Robbie.
Good
Okay.
one.
I was thinking Taylor Swift, but I'm like, no, let's get off Taylor Swift. Let's stay with Amy. Stop.
We're pretty darn
Taylor
close.
Swift. Oh my God.
She's pretty busy. Yeah, no,
She is
got
busy
a lot
right now.
happening.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run into.
She-
I can be pretty sure about that.
She's got a lot to handle from what I've heard recently.
I know, according to Wood.
Yeah. How about a dessert?
A dessert, tiramisu.
Ooh, I love tiramisu.
Yes, good answer. I want to go on this date. I don't even know what it is, but
It already sounds great to
Okay.
me from just what the answers I'm doing.
sushi and tiramisu, Taylor Swift and Margot Robbie.
There's only a couple left here, and I gotta find them. What about a dramatic phrase?
Oh my God.
Something you might shout. Oh my God. Okay. That may be about it.
Got 'em all.
Let me double check our sheet here. Oh, what about like An activity, maybe like a wild activity, something interesting, different.
Rollerblading.
Well, what's it?
Rollerblading.
Yeah.
I love rollerblading. So far, I'm excited to go on this
Yeah.
day trip.
I think that was that one. You get
Oh, yeah. I thought I had one. Oh, yeah. A snack.
Pop-Tarts.
Chips? Tortilla chips?
Okay.
Mm.
Tortilla chips.
Trying to look for the bold spots.
Maybe an object that you keep with you or in your purse or just something around you. Just an object of some kind.
My water bottle?
Oh, my gosh.
My emotional support water bottle.
That's literally what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
It fell off the counter the other day, and I almost shed some tears.
You were so sad for her.
Truly.
I think we're ready.
All right, let's hear about this.
Okay, I'm excited.
See if you're
Let's
in
see
for
if you'll
your
do it here.
adventure.
The sun rises on your yes day, and you wake up already feeling chill.
Oh.
The rare state between I've got this and why not? You open your eyes and realize Margot Robbie is sitting at the edge of your bed, wearing sunglasses and humming Opalite. Opalite, sorry. My spelling's bad. They tell you to pick a bag, pack a bag, no questions asked, because today's destination is Paris.
Yes.
You grab your trusty water bottle and agree before your rational brain can object. A few hours later, you're sharing sushi with your new companion, while a confused tiger stares from a nearby table.
Oh, yeah.
You shrug and decide, well, this must be a sign.
For sure.
Somewhere between bites, you find yourself.
You know?
He's just like hanging out. He's like beret and cigarette. He's like, I'm very confused.
He's judging you. He's got his croissant and you're over there with sushi and he's like, what are you doing?
Can I change my stripes? Let me think about it. He's very confused, this guy. Somewhere between bites, you find yourself declaring that today's motto is fun. To prove it, you end up getting a tattoo on your hand that simply says, just do it. It's a bold choice. Just do it.
With the swoop, too. You know.
You got to get the swoosh on there.
To.
Yeah, the swoosh.
Things only escalate from there. Someone dares you to try rollerblading, and before you can say boundaries, you're doing it. And all while holding a handful of tortilla chips that are just cracking down your arm. This is pretty good so far.
Yeah, I'm there.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Later on a shopping detour, you impulsively buy a Chanel bag because it sparked joy.
Yes.
And let's be honest, that's all the reasoning you need.
Done.
Then, out of nowhere, a portal opens and you're transported to Hogwarts, where the locals throw a parade in your honor.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
This is the best day ever.
During the celebration, Michael Voltaggio personally serves you tiramisu while whispering the secret to eternal happiness.
I'm so jealous.
This is a pretty good day
so
so far,
jealous.
actually.
Yeah.
And then just as you're basking in your newfound fame, someone surprises you with flowers that makes you feel completely excited. The good kind that sneaks up on you when you finally stop controlling everything. As the day winds down, you find yourself saying yes one last time by booking a trip to Iceland because, well, that's how legends are made.
Yeah.
You end the day under the stars, still in Hogwarts, raising a glass and shouting your final declaration to the universe. Oh my God.
Very good.
So the question is, would you say yes to this day? I mean, I think...
Everything except the tattoo, but I'd have to take the tattoo to have this magical day. So I'm
part of it.
Of course.
Yes.
But if you had that day, it might be cool.
Margot Robbie looking at a tiger in Paris and then on my way to Hogwarts. I mean, there's just no...
Yeah, it's pretty kick-ass.
No, that's the best. The absolute greatest day.
That's a really good
that was
day.
amazing.
Yeah, no, that's
and you got a Chanel bag in there too.
Oh man! Oh, the Chanel bag.
Michael made you some tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Michael.
I mean,
so many. And you ended the day like under the stars, like
at Hogwarts.
the Northern Lights in Iceland. It was supposed to be Iceland because she'd gone to Iceland at the end.
You book a trip.
You booked the trip. You don't go.
You don't go yet. That's another yes day.
Oh wow, you have a whole other.
You got a whole other day happening.
I have Iceland coming
too. Man,
well,
you can show off your new tattoo. with your
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
Just hold your bag on your arm with your
With
tattoo.
the tattoo.
It's a conversation starter.
Yes.
It
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
And then when
is.
they ask you about the tattoo, you can tell them about your day eating
Yeah.
chips and rollerblading.
I know.
That'd be great.
It makes me think of like The Price is Right with the showcase showdown at the end where like, do you want to bid or see what's behind the And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I
No,
want
I'll
to
take
bid.
that one.
Like that's the day that I
Give
want.
me that.
Yeah.
I want
no,
that
excellent
one.
job.
Yeah.
You won.
You did win
Those were all the correct
today.
answers. Yes, the A plus on that.
I didn't know where it was
Thank you.
going.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
And even that I was in Paris and I bought a Chanel bag. I mean, I don't know how we figured that all out, but that it
it
worked.
was meant to be.
It all lined up.
And then what? You don't pay taxes, right?
Yeah, I
It's all
get the
duty
tax
free when you
back.
buy
That's
it
true.
over there. That was just smart. I mean,
That was
Yeah.
just a
It's
smart
smart.
decision.
Yeah.
Financially smart.
Yeah, agree. No, thank you for playing the Yes
Yeah.
Day Mad Lib.
Wow,
We
thank you for
appreciate
doing that. That was so fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
We have just a couple more
Couple
questions
quick
for
questions.
you. You know,
Mostly processy.
yeah, I was gonna say
kinda
we're
questions.
working on our book and just looking for advice and things like that. And so just curious, for you, how would you describe yourself as a writer? Are you a plotter or a pantser?
I mean,
Do you-
I think I'm a pantser. I kind of know the beginning, the middle, maybe, and then the end, I
Yeah.
think. And
Mhm.
I just see where the story takes me. I
Yeah.
I wish I could be a plotter because I would have less
Yeah.
stress,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Yeah.
I've
We-
tried, and then
Hey,
I
but we know that
throw the
yeah, it's
outline
part of the
out.
journey.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've just
No, it's
accepted.
part
So
of
the-
the journey, part of the joy of
So then
writing.
what's a day of writing look like?
Yeah,
Do you have
what's your
music
vibe?
on, strobe lights, you got the disco ball going, something fun?
Day of writing is my water bottle that I take to Paris, of
Yes.
course. And then
Mhm.
I always have music on. It is essential to the process. And I write like a scene or a chapter. And
Yeah.
then I tell
Mm.
myself, write another scene. You're in a flow. And then I can't. And so I have to go then have my
Mhm.
deck and get inspiration for what's
Mhm.
next in the story. And it needs to come to
I
me.
love that.
And I wish that I could sit there for 8 hours and bust out 10,000 words,
Just
finish a
crank on
draft
it. Yeah.
Right.
a week, but
Yeah.
alas, I'm
Yeah.
not. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think I'm
Yeah,
a slow
what
writer, but I definitely am not as fast as I think some other people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I would love to know about your first drafts. I'm always talking about this as we write ours. Continue to call them shitty first drafts. And like, we've heard a lot about the first draft's only job is to exist. And I was just wondering how your first drafts come to life. If you're let me go back and tweak and edit as we go, or you're just like, let me just get it out on the page.
I definitely am, let me just get it out on the page, and I don't edit as I go. And I do give myself permission because it's really that there are times where I get to like a certain word count, like usually around 25,000 at 30,000 words, where I'm like, is this good? Does this? And I'm like, just keep
Mm.
going. It doesn't matter. Of
Yeah.
course,
Mhm.
in this way, because I'm not in the story anymore. Like beginning, you're
Yeah.
still kind of in it.
Yep.
Then you've like already put down a lot of bricks. You're like, am I building a house, or is
Yep.
this just like a long line of bricks?
A
No.
scattering
Line
of
of bricks.
bricks.
I don't fucking know,
We've got bricks
Yeah.
everywhere
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah,
a pile of bricks somewhere, so I'm just like, just keep putting them down. And
Yeah.
I have
Mhm.
been told though, which is surprising to me now, now with my later, now that I've written several books and I've written several books that are not becoming anything. I just like to keep writing and exploring ideas.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that my drafts are pretty clean. But that's I think
Mm.
that's because I only write a chapter at a time, and then I like
Yeah.
marinate on it. I'm not just like
Mhm.
full steam ahead. Like I think about what happened in the chapter, what's next in the story, what do I need to cut? Like I'm very like kind of meticulous, and that might
Mhm.
be why they come out not as like messy. But either way,
Yep.
I never let myself think it's good ever.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
going,
Interesting.
and then I do love the process of editing, even though the idea of getting feedback, like I'm getting feedback today after this and I want to throw
Yeah.
up, but I know it's going to be
Yeah.
fun, but I don't want to
Yeah.
get feedback. And I
Yeah.
also know
No.
it's not
Yeah.
perfect. So I'm like, just being
Yeah.
a writer
It's like
is,
preparing your
We're all on the
heart.
same
Yeah.
team. We're on
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
direction.
Exactly.
it'll make it
Yeah.
better. It'll make it better, but getting the feedback at
Exactly.
first, you're like, why am I not perfect? are you serious?
Yeah.
This isn't ready to go to
Woof.
print right now? That's rude.
Like you said, the little angel and devil coming
Yeah.
in, you know,
I'm
like
like,
trying to steal your joy, and
yeah,
you're like,
like
no,
you
I'm
are
doing
exhausting.
what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think giving that time is what just allows your books to keep that realness and keep that those elements of, like you said,
Sure.
multifaceted. And so it's important for us to hear that incubation time is so important, to just like let those characters come to life and let the next natural thing happen, and then figure out where you can amp it up, like
Totally.
you said. Yeah, no,
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
because
Thank
what
you.
I've
Thanks for
found, if I like rush through, my ideas tend to be like, I try not to take my first idea without sort of thinking it through, because I don't want it to be too obvious. I don't want every move characters make to be like, oh, I just saw that in the summer I turned pretty or something, you know, like
right.
not
That's
you're
exactly
like,
what we expected.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
exactly. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what's, you know, and so I have to kind of give it some space to breathe. Otherwise, I feel like, yeah, I'm writing a little too expected, because I'm not allowing, because I look at it like, okay, you have one central idea for your book. And I don't know who told me this or where I got this from, or if I came up with it. I don't know. Don't want to take credit for it if I didn't. But you really need like 40 to 50 ideas for a book, right? Because every single chapter or scene needs an idea, and it needs to have
Yep.
it needs to have a structure. Like, it has to start somewhere and it has to end to where someone wants to turn the page. And so
Yep.
that's why I take that very seriously, because I don't want to have any filler or any,
Yep.
that doesn't fuel the story. And I think that's the challenge for me when the
Yeah,
challenge is coming
absolutely.
with,
Yeah.
several
I love
dozen
that.
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
your
Because if it doesn't have an idea in it, it's like, well, does it need to exist? You
Yeah.
know, is it pushing things
Like you
along?
said,
You
yeah,
know,
is it filler?
it
Yeah.
sounds good and I love it. It may make me happy, but if it's not conveying something, like, tighten it
Yeah.
up. I'm with you on
Well, and
that.
like you said, it allows the
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead. Well,
I
I
was
was
just
gonna
saying that it allows the uniqueness of your characters to come through.
Yeah.
Like, they're what's unique to them versus maybe picking up on things, like you've said, if you've been watching something or listening to something or whatever.
Totally.
But I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, 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 it's like it also prevents from, like, falling into too many conventions, I think, like, what this character would do in a book versus what this character would do if this was actually happening to the character, and I think that's
Right.
really important. And I also think, like, I have had I get many ideas, but the only ideas that I know I should pursue are the ones where I do get like 10 other ideas. It tangents
Yeah. The
10 or
spark.
10 20 ideas, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this has legs," versus sometimes I'll just come up with the high level concept and I'm like, "I think I just like this concept," and it doesn't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
else to explore with it, and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no
Kind of
scenes
paint
that come
yourself
to
into a corner.
mind, or it's like,
Yeah. Or it's like, this is going to be painful for me to try to rip every
To
scene
bring
out.
to
Like, I
reality.
like the
Yeah.
general idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, thank
Very
you. Thank
cool.
you for
Yeah.
your writing advice. We
Yes. Yes.
appreciate that as we continue on our journey.
So do you want to talk
learn
about the
so
final
much.
five?
I know.
This is your fun
I'm
segment.
gonna pitch the final 5 questions if you're ready to get put in the hot seat. So
let's do it.
we have a new segment we're calling the final 5. It's just 5 quick questions we ask every author. So just answer fast, have fun, don't overthink it. Okay? So, open door or closed romance?
It depends on the mood. There's a mood for each of those, so I can't choose.
Agree.
Agree.
But
Agree.
closed door usually is where I would go more so than
Okay.
open.
Okay.
All right. Sexiest occupation for a main character?
I feel like a bartender or like a chef
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
fun.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, Alex being a chef, the yes chef
I
scene
know.
in Charlie Quinn, Let's Go. Excellent.
Yeah.
Favorite beverage while writing?
I'm so boring. It's water. It's ice water.
That's fine. That's
good. Hydration
good.
is the
Yeah.
best.
We love
Yeah.
hydration, especially now that you're in the 40s club. It's just water and protein. That's all it is.
Exactly. Water, protein, fiber, the holy trinity.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Cannot
Yeah,
forget fiber.
don't
Oh
forget
my
fiber.
gosh. Yes. Favorite punctuation mark?
Ugh, I mean, the M dash, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
I know. I'm
Such a hot
so
take.
with you.
It's
As an
never gonna
ADHD
be
person who
AI.
always has the extra thought,
Yeah.
No.
Got
AI
it.
was trained by
I'm not a
makes me
writers.
so sad.
parentheses person. I'm the M dash over and
The
over.
M
Yes,
dash. Okay.
yes.
I
Mm.
love it. I love it. They're close to our heart, you know.
Yeah.
And last one word you always overuse in a first draft.
Oh, probably breathing. How they breathe.
Oh yeah.
Breathing.
If they
Everybody's
breathe out,
breathing.
they take a sharp inhale, they take a long exhale. There's always a lot of breathing
I
with
love
my
that.
kids. I have to go back and they have to do other things
Yes.
other than
Besides
breathe.
breathe.
I do.
It's
I
a lot of
think
work.
that's my favorite question on this list right now because we've gotten some good answers. Like one of the other authors said, nodding. Her characters are always just
Everybody's
nodding. They're always
They're always
nodding.
nodding, yeah.
Just always nodding. I'm like, man, these are good.
But breathing is good.
Breathing's good too because
you're thinking all about this plot, but no,
like,
we're just focused on breathing.
They exhale sharply or they take a deep breath. Like, I love it. Good one.
Thank you. Excellent,
Yes,
excellent final five. Yes.
Well,
thank you so much.
I'll wrap us up here.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun. Thank you so much for chatting with us and just helping us feel inspired to say yes to the next thing.
Yes.
For everyone out there listening and or watching, go grab Jamie's newest book, Charlie Quinn, Let's Go, just wherever you buy books. We'll drop her website and socials in the show notes, and you can connect and keep up with everything she's got going on. But thank you again so much. It was a joy.
A joy.
A joy.
Yes,
A true
we
joy.
chose joy.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you for hanging out today.
Thank you so much again to Jamie, just for sharing her wisdom and insights. And it's so cool for us to see as, growing authors, learning authors, how her work has evolved from her first work of, essays basically called Radically Content, being satisfied in an endlessly dissatisfied world, and then evolving into being an author of fiction and romances.
What wasn't pictured here is that she was talking to us before and after the show for quite a while too. I was just so thankful for her to share her time and wisdom with us. We had some really great chats.
Yeah, the O-Town comment that came from beforehand. We didn't air that part, but that's the joke Matt was making about O-Town, that she was at TRL in New York. She got to be on TRL and requested a song by O-Town. But no, we're just so grateful and just all the input that she gave. And it's always neat to see that just the peek inside an author's process and how it all comes together. So thank you again for that. You can find Jamie online. Her website is jamievaron.com. It's JamieVaron.
You can find her writing course there.
Yeah, the writing course, Write This Book. And then on Instagram and TikTok, she's at Jamie Varon on both spots. So please go find her there. But as we close out your birthday celebrations, I wanted to read this thing that Jamie wrote. She posted it on her Instagram, and I thought it was really inspiring. As we joked about your wisdom from your birthday, but I thought this was good wisdom for how busy we are and how we're always pushing ourselves. That is something I admire about you. You have the hustle. You always push yourself, and but sometimes you got to let good enough be good enough. So I love this that she posted. She said, "Well, you sent something to me recently about." Forced urgency or false urgency is what it was. And how so many times in life, it could be even brushing your teeth and you're just like rushing through it. And we create this false sense of urgency. And so what I love and appreciate about you is because that is something that I have a real tendency to do. You get me to relax. You get me to enjoy the little things. And like Jamie said, find the joy, and that it is an act of resistance to be joyful and to enjoy the journey and the process and not set rules for yourself of I can be happy when, or I'll relax when, and that you can still be just as, ambitious and achieve amazing things when you're also enjoying the journey. We even joked about like road trips that I just want to get there as fast as possible.
We're not going to have fun until we get there.
That's when the fun can begin.
Fun stuff.
But you love to make random stops and, you mostly to use the restroom. You can't get 3 exits without
it is my birthday. I'm getting older. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Don't
okay.
pick on the old
okay. We love you. But the whole process is fun. Our boys love road trips because of you, and that whole journey is fun. And so she posted this thing that I really loved, and I was going to close out with. For your birthday celebrations, it says, the belief that we should be able to do it all in this perfect balance is ridiculous. Let life be out of balance sometimes. Don't always finish the to-do list. You can leave the laundry in the hamper for a bit. You can make the easy meals instead of the really elaborate ones. You can rest even when you should be doing something else. Pick your priorities. Do the rest on easy mode. Don't overachieve. Pick one area to overachieve in and do the rest satisfactorily. Most of us with this high-functioning anxiety, we are already doing more than enough. Just do enough for a while. Let good enough be enough. Everyone will live. It's all good. And I love that.
like
I
that.
thought that was so wise of her. That is such a vibe, and it really encapsulated you, and just
That's
one of
good.
the many
Love
things
that.
I appreciate and love about you. And I hope that you have a very happy birthday.
Thank
And
you.
everybody listening and watching, please send Matt all the birthday love and
Yeah.
wishes. And Stella is just so happy to love you and be in your world, and just the
Thank
most
you.
important part of your
Thank
world.
you.
So
Thank
yeah, I'm sure most of your day will be spent with her, right?
I did wash her beds yesterday, and she was very happy
She was
today.
very happy. She's going to get a bath.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're going to get her treats for your birthday.
She has to have cookies. She has to celebrate with me.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Anyway, so thank you for joining. You can find us online at ournextchapterpodcast.com.
Wait, what'd you say?
Nope.
Wait,
Okay, go ahead.
hold
Just
on.
for your birthday, you can do it this one time. This will be.
But first
the
off,
end of
let me
this.
tell you that I got a note this last week that someone appreciated. They were like, you know what? I had to pause the show so I could get a pen and write down and take notation of what the website is.
Stella does not count.
So
If Stella told you that, it does not count.
it wasn't Stella.
I need to see.
You were
the
on that
data.
text.
I was
actually.
on that text. It was JK from the Bay.
He said he needed it. So let me stop you
He
down.
needs to remember that he was my friend
H
first. So when he
T
goes and
T
sides with you, I take personal offense to that, because he and I were actually friends
/
first. So
/
I think that's disrespectful.
OUR, our next chapter podcast. And now you can do that in either uppercase or lowercase. Both work.
I'm just letting him do this for his birthday.
Both work.
You can find us at Our Next Chapter Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can email us at ournextchapterpod@gmail.com.
True.
Join our non-existent newsletter at the website and get your name in the back of our book when we publish. But wherever you find us, thank you for being with us on this journey. And thank you for celebrating my birthday boy with us. So until next time, I love you.
I love you.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. So you gonna take your top off now? Or?
Yeah, I was gonna do the whole episode that way, but I just didn't know
Okay, it's a different kind of
rating.
It's a different kind of episode, I think.
Yeah. I didn't plan out all the bits for that one. No.